Welcome back, 17 on Set. Joining us this morning, BPD Detective Keith Schlecht. We're talking about what apps you need to watch out for on your kids' phones. They're always coming out with new ones, and some of them I don't understand, and I'll admit that, especially the ins and outs of them all. So thank you so much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
Let's jump right in. Let's talk about Snapchat. What do parents need to know about this?
Well, Snapchat is a very popular app. In fact, it's probably one of the most popular apps with teenagers and young adults. Essentially, it's an app that they can use to text, send photos, send videos with different types of filters, and essentially, it's just a way for them to communicate with other people. And those people don't have to be in the same city. They can be all over the world as long as they also have a Snapchat account.
Are there any dangers with it, such as the My Eyes Only?
Yeah, so that's a feature on Snapchat where they can save something in their Snapchat account, photos, videos, usually very private, personal stuff. And if you see that on their account, that means at some point in time, there had to be some sort of a multimedia photo or video in that folder. Okay. And usually those are videos that you probably don't want others to see.
Okay, so be aware of that. WhatsApp, what are the dangers with WhatsApp?
Well, WhatsApp is essentially just a text messaging app, but it's internet-based, so you don't need to have a cellular service. They could be used with a phone that is no longer connected, maybe an older cell phone or even like an iPad or a tablet. And essentially they can chat with other people that have WhatsApp. They can send text messages, videos, photos, and again, it's something that you may not be aware of if you think you're giving your kid like an old cell phone that doesn't have service, but yet they can still reach out and speak with other people that you may not be aware about.
And it does have an age restriction, but it's not enforced, and you say it uses geolocation services, so it can track where the person is?
Yeah, so it does. A lot of times it will ask to utilize the information from your phone, and that's a lot of these apps. If you're not paying for that app, typically you are not the consumer, you're the product, because they're pulling your information and utilizing it.
All right, let's talk about Meet Me. This sounds kind of sketchy.
Yeah, Meet Me is an interesting app. It's basically just an app. It seems harmless enough for people to go out and meet new people online. And it's kind of funny because 20 years ago we told our kids, don't talk to strangers, and yet now we have all these apps, these different devices that give strangers access through a door right into our home.
Okay.
And so I think it's difficult because you have to be on top of seeing who your child is speaking with and what they're actually doing on their online activity, so that you can make sure that they're not talking to people that maybe are predators or doing things that maybe they might regret in the future.
Do kids even need a Meet Me app? Should that even be on their phone?
No, I don't think any child needs to have a Meet Me app or any kind of an app that gives them access to meet strangers across the internet without any kind of oversight from the parents.
And there's several other apps we want to talk about, but we're running out of time, and I thought it was really interesting when we mentioned the calculator app. That it looks like a calculator, but it's not really a calculator.
Yeah, so there's certain apps out there that you will see that look pretty harmless. They look pretty generic, but like specifically for this calculator app, you type in the correct passcode, and it opens a file folder where people can store photos, videos, and usually private ones they don't want other people to see.
So I guess the bottom line is you need to stay on top of what your child is doing online and talk about them with this all the time. We are going to post more of these tips on our KGET page, kget.com. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. We'll be back after this.